Hi, Sar.
Hi, Summer. How are you?
I'm
Wait,
okay.
give me a
Yeah,
hug.
let's hug.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Well, that's good to hear because me being a loving person, I was definitely worried about my sister. Oh, are you
hmm
okay, sister? Okay, hold
I'm
on.
okay. I'm just trying to get in here. Okay.
So yeah. Oh gosh, yeah, excuse me, sister, if I'm seem nervous. You put me in a position to fill some big shoes tonight, and I'm a little on edge.
Well, you're not the only one nervous because I'm a little nervous as well because I'm not really in the hot seat, So to be in this seat is very, nerve wracking.
Look, definitely, like, I mean, well, let's do a proper introduction. Welcome to Conversations with the HBIC. Um, tonight I am the stand-in HBIC in this situation, but the real HBIC is, of course, my sister and our CEO of Dynasty TV, Summer.
Hey. And can I just say, I would like to add, like, before we get into everything, like, you look very good tonight. Like, let's do a little, like, let's clap for you. You look good.
Thank you, thank you. Like, okay, hold on, wait, that was
Oh,
my
yeah. Okay.
turn it up, lit. Well, I must say, I've been around a few different girls, and I have been, taking some tips and points, but still making it me and being, different in a way. But yeah, this is what we do when, the checks from the CEO clears, you step your game up.
Yes. I love that. Well,
But we are here because the blogs, the girls, the town is speaking, and allegations are made that you and your fiance have been cheating on each other.
yeah, I've seen the blogs, the tabloids, everything. And some stuff is not entirely true. You know what I mean? Of course, people are going to run with whatever story they want to go with. But that's why I'm here tonight to address everything and to share my side of the story.
Period. Like, the thing is, you know, from what I was seeing, you have congratulations, you just adopted a daughter not long ago.
I did. Um, that's still something new to me as well. I'm adjusting to motherhood. Um, I'm I never thought in a million years that I would be a mother this early, especially to a teenage daughter. But hey, I seen the opportunity and I seen a need there, and I definitely attended to that need. And I can honestly say so far it's been good. I also have a G baby. I don't want to say like a grandbaby because I'm too young to be a grandma, but I have a G baby and they call me Gigi. You
Okay.
know, yes.
Yes. So, like, with that being said, that's an amazing thing. I love family. I love, just passing down greatness through the generations. But I see that, everything was going good from, at one point, family photos. And like, so what state of mind were you guys in at the time of these alleged cheatings?
Wow, we're gonna jump right in there.
I just
Um,
girls are waiting.
I mean, no, I get it. Um, for me, I will speak on where I was. I I won't say that I was not happy in my relationship because obviously I was. I think that there were some areas where I felt that I was lacking. And, I'm just a very affectionate person, and I don't think I was receiving that affection back, you know what I mean, in the way that I needed it.
Of course.
But I guess for when I was in my mind, what I did was completely, not completely innocent, but it wasn't horrible. You know what I mean? obviously, as according to the photos, I was seen dancing on a few people, and one was one of the castmates of Baddies. We were partying. It was a party, and you know how when you're dancing with your homegirl, so that was just an innocent act. Honestly, I wouldn't even. That's to me, that's not cheating. Um, the other one was at the same party, and it was with a guy. But the reason that I danced with him was because my fiance was how do I'm sorry. My fiance was flirting and you know rubbing up on other girls at the
Oh,
party. So I guess I did that out of retaliation.
um,
And that one, I guess I do feel a little bad about, but the one that I really do feel like, okay, I'm in the wrong was the one when I was dancing on my ex husband, Shimpy. And that one, I completely admitted to it. I had too much to drink that night, and I would have danced on anyone
oh,
if they
not
had came up to me.
girl, not any. Do we? Not anyone. Not now. Now you. Not anyone, because there's a few people that I know that you would definitely, drunk or not. You don't make me say their name on your podcast. I mean your podcast.
Okay, okay. Well, not anyone.
But no, so like Summer, not the ex-husband. Like for real though, like you were
Yeah,
with the ex-husband in front of your current fiance, tipsy.
that.
But
Yeah.
wait, while we on the topic of the ex-fiance, so there was a messy little T page that said Shimpy was there was papers being filed for him to be the adoptive father of your adoptive daughter. Like, so, I mean, are those allegations true or are those just, messy allegations?
Um, that's absolutely fabricated. I don't know about any papers being filed for Shimpy being the adopted father of my daughter. I do not know where that came from. Um, I think that angle it right. Action.
So, with clearing up those fabricated allegations, did the events that happened with, you know, that led up to said things, the allegations and whatnot, dancing and, interacting with exes, did that fulfill any specific unmet needs in your current engagement?
Girl, you're trying to get me in trouble.
I mean, I'm just trying to make sure the tea is hot and it's accurate this time, you know? I'm
No,
telling
I
when it's
can.
in footsteps.
No, I understand. And honestly, like, if I were in your shoes, I would ask the same thing. Um, to be completely honest, I do believe that it did in some way feel a need that wasn't getting met. I feel like at that moment, Shimpy was being very affectionate towards me, just showing me all this attention, making me feel special, and so I feel like I took that and I feel bad. It was wrong.
I mean, even though it was wrong, it seems like you got butterflies in your stomach by the ex a little bit. Like, is there some
Oh,
like there's some like sparks there? I'm just
sorry, you are messy. Um, I no, there's no sparks there. I had too much to drink. Again, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna stand firm on that because it is true. Um, I think that for the moment that I did have like a glimpse of what we used to have, and I don't know if it was because of the Don Julio or what, but
That Don be getting us.
it do. The Don definitely gets you, and and that's why I'm like, no. Mm-mm. But no, I don't think there's no nothing there. Friends, we have, we did end on a very rough patch. You know what I mean? I will say that, but this, I will say that now we are friends. We're good with each other.
Okay, so that's okay. So I got to give it to you. If it's healthy, then I'm all here. I'm here for it.
Yes.
So, oh, well, let's get. Hold on, I got another like, cause it's just they just rolling. Cause me being a social media influencer, I just be out there. So I gotta. It's just rolling off my brain. Um, did you feel real? Like, did you feel disconnected before? These alleged cheatings. Like I'm still gonna call them alleged because I feel like there's just a lot of people trying to put bodies on your body. So I just got to keep saying alleged.
And thank you, because it is a lot of people trying to put bodies on my body, and I'm like, there's nothing. No, guys, like, no, there's no. I had no relations with anyone while I have been with Scotty, and I'm gonna keep saying that because it's true. But was that, you asked me, what was the question? Was there a disconnect?
Yes, yes.
Um, no, there was not a disconnect. I feel like, well, I'm gonna be vulnerable for a minute, and I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell the truth. I feel like I was gonna say something that would have been a lie. I think that you know we have been arguing a lot leading up to the party, and I wouldn't necessarily say it was a disconnect because I can't say that because I very much believe we are very much connected. But I just did the arguing and the constant little bickering probably contribute to what happened. Probably so.
Okay, okay. So, the girlies just want to, HBIC here, you really CEO. You be doing your big one, you make boss moves. You're determined, you're motivated, give you your props, give my sister her props.
Thank you.
But like what so like we got your issues and from your perspective down, but like can I get a little bit more insight about your fiance's like infidelities? The tabloids had pictures of him late I mean them laid up with a juicy person. um what's going
Well,
on?
I don't want to get emotional when I talk about this.
I'm sorry.
Um,
You need a tissue?
I do. Give
Thank
me mo.
thank you.
Um, woo. Um, that seeing those pictures in the tabloid, I think that was a lot for me. Um, so before the pictures were released, like seconds or minutes before they were released, Scotty did come to me and had disclosed with me that they cheated on me, and I
Oh
was,
my god.
yeah, I was like, oh, I was caught off guard a little bit, and I'm like, okay, like dancing, something like that, but then it was very like full fledged cheating, and I think it was like a gut punch. I was
Of
so,
course.
I was, I didn't know what to do. Um, I didn't know to be angry, sad, understanding because maybe this was your way of, you know, getting one up on me or feeling like you got me back for something. But it was just absolutely gut wrenching for me. And I don't know much about what happened between them and that individual, but all I know is they were together.
So like why, like you brought up a good point. Like what was the motivation behind that? Like was it to get back at you, or was it genuine like they needs weren't being met in the relationship?
I, and you know what? I think that's a conversation that would have to be had with Scotty. I don't know what it was. I definitely think it was part of it was a get back at me to be like, you know what? You were dancing on this person, so now I'm gonna one up you, and I'm gonna take it a step further. You know what I mean? And to me, it was never a game. I don't know where it was taken to be a game like, oh, we got to get each other back, this, that, and the third. But in terms of that, what I did was never as bad as what Scotty did to me. I didn't even.
I mean, but when they play checkers with the queen, they get checkmate.
Mm,
Sorry.
absolutely. No, no, I needed that because let me dry my eyes. I needed that. That was a good moment.
So this,
um,
you know,
and that's the thing. The old me, this old me before I had started my family, before I had a daughter, before I got a GG or G baby, shall I say, I would have definitely went up that mountain with him. You know what I mean? Like you wanted to see how far we each can go, we would have definitely been going at that top. But then, this new me is like, I'm gonna let you have that. You
you-
know, you can have that because I know what I can do. I know that I could go and really like shake some tables,
and
shake a
that's the
whole world.
scary part. That's the scary part because you're talking about Charnay. That's the you're letting Charnay linger in the backgrounds in the shadows and get all of the. Ooh,
Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I try to take a back seat, because sometimes she can pop out, and I don't want her to come out. You know what I mean? I don't want her to be in this spotlight right now. But I'm trying to change my life. You know what I mean? I am. I'm really trying to change my life. So hopefully, you know what I mean? It keeps going positive. But do I feel the need to get back up on Scotty? No, I don't.
and you know what? I love that about you because you just the way you there's this like exquisite demeanor about you that you carry. It's like just the epitome of like black excellence. Like, oh, I love it. Because queens are never bothered. Um,
Thank you.
but where are you at now? Like, where are you, Scotty, at now? Where do you see your relationship and heading? What direction it's going? What's in store in that part of your life? For you.
Oh, let me adjust my seat. Um, I don't know, guys. Like to everyone watching, to you, I don't know what's next for me and Scotty. I don't know if the relationship is salvageable. I don't know if this is the end for us. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen even with, you know, my kid now. You know what I mean? Because my kid has gotten used to Scotty. We all have become accustomed to a certain system, and now it's, I don't know. So I don't think I have an answer on that yet.
Oh my
Just pray
gosh.
for me, guys. That's all I can say. Just pray for me and my family at this time.
And you know why y'all praying for her, and I will be praying for you too, sisters. But these chicks and people out here be messy. While y'all praying for her, make sure y'all not praying for her downfall.
Mm.
Make sure that when you're not toting and being messy with unreliable sources. Okay?
Clock
Period.
that. Clock it because a lot of stuff that has been released has not been reliable. And I'm not even going to say what the tabloids are saying. I'm saying like people taking their own stories and coming out of their mouths and twisting it. It has not been true, especially as it pertains to me. I know what I am. I know who I am. But this is the thing. I don't want you to pray for me, and I rebuke any negative prayers if it's
Yeah.
not for me to grow and be positive. I rebuke any negative prayers, and that's what I'm gonna say.
Okay, covered in the blood of Jesus.
Amen. Clock it.
Amen. And on that note, y'all heard it out of the HBIC mouth herself. And I'm still on the edge of my seat, so y'all be on the edge of y'all seats, but make sure y'all move correctly.
Okay.